No, it's true. I'm telling you. The number one single greatest fear of every human being is public speaking. You can't make this stuff up. It's just true, man. Everyone knows that, right? Huh. It's food for thought, I guess. Wait a minute. What time is it? Oh, crap. I got that thing. Just run it. Puppies. Kitties. Yes! I figured it out, y'all. I figured it out. I gave the people what they want. It was that simple. Only took me a couple minutes, too. Oh, man, this feels good. No, please, stop. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes. Oh, my God. Puppies. Kitties! And the show. Hey, everyone. Welcome to .com Doom. It's a thing. It's a brand new shindig. We're figuring out what it is together. I see some people in the chat, Torrance and Mia and others. Thanks so much for being here tonight. I appreciate your company on this galactic journey through the web. The point of this show is really just to have a good old time with my laptop and show y'all some free content and chat with y'all. And maybe there will be a moral to the story. Maybe there won't. I think the jury's still out on that one. But I'm really happy to be here. That much is for sure. And I hope you're happy to be here too, to see what this experiment yields, where we go. Pick some low-hanging fruit, eat it together, spit it out, tastes nasty. Watch some vids, leave some comments. Smash that subscribe button. Smash that unsubscribe button. Hit the follow button. Unfollow. Like, subscribe, comment, delete, copy, paste, etc. Up, downs, left, right, WASDA, XXYZZ, ABC. We're having fun! .com Doom, everybody. So, I want this to be a weekly show of content, but also community. And I know maybe you can smell the cheese on that one, but I like cheese, okay? I think that together we can shoot some videos, share some videos, and have a good time. Just have a good old time, all right? Before we do anything, okay? I want to have a little social experiment with you. Yeah, you. If you're out there, and I know you are, in the comment section right now in the chat, please leave a name. This can be your name. Well, actually, don't put your name. That would ruin the game later. Spoiler alert, there's going to be a game later. Leave a name of a celebrity or a historic figure. This could be anyone from Abe Lincoln, so honest, to Jack Black, even more honest, to your favorite superhero or a TV character. Pick someone iconic and drop their name in the chat. Please. I beg of you. And then later, we're going to have a little game with that. But I need your participation. So if you're watching this thing, hit up the chat, throw some names in there, and we'll use them later. And it'll be hilarious, I hope. Mia and Torrance in the chat. I see y'all. You can't. All right. Someone said Obama. Little indie up-and-comer artist. Maybe you've heard of them. Maybe not. They're really going to be the next big thing next year, that Obama. Good name. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. I'm kid you not. This is a whole segment of the show. So get comfy on your butt. I am going to read the prologue to Romeo and Juliet. That's how much time you have. I don't even know. That's minutes. So please use this. Torrance? Kendrick Star 94. Is that a Kendrick Lamar or is that someone I don't know about? Reads like a MySpace username. But I want to make sure I get it right. So if that is actually historic or famous figure, Torrance in the chat, clarify it so I don't goof it later. But keep them coming. I kid you not. I want a flood of names, y'all. Make it rain. Name rain. 100% chance. I am going to read the prologue to Romeo and Juliet. That's going to give you so much time to Google and Wikipedia names and just make it rain in there. Please. Nicki Minaj. Thanks, Mia. And so Nicki Minaj said, 2 households, both alike in dignity. In fair Verona, where we lay our scene, from ancient grudge break new mutiny. From forth the fatal loins of these 2 foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers do take their life. We got a pizza in the chat. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. That's Papa John by default. Not one of my favorite people in the world, but pizza personified is Papa John. That guy did a lot of bad things, but the man was pizza, okay? Maybe Little Caesar. Hey, Diana. Put some names in there. I'm going to keep reading Romeo and Juliet for another minute. Y'all put some famous names in the chat. That's your homework right now, and then we're going to use them later. It'll be funny, I hope. All my fingers crossed. Where were we in Romeo and Juliet? Yes. A pair of star-crossed lovers take their life, whose mismatched piteous, I don't even know that words, overthrows, do with their dearth, bury their parents' strife. The fearful passage of their death-marked love, and the continuance of their parents' rage, which, but their parents had not could remove, is now but the 2 hours' traffic of our stage. The that shall hinder miss our tongues shall strive. That last part everyone knows. I'm surprised y'all weren't all singing it at once like it was freaking Bohemian Rhapsody. But that's the end of our first little thing. But it's not the end of your names. Keep them coming, please. We need like at least 11 names. So I think we're at 5 or 6. Thank you, Diana. I'm seeing your chats yonder. Lady Gaga, the guy who starred in the Percy Jackson movie, Ben. Oh, man. Some of these names. I'll give you one more hint before I move on for what is already a dead segment. Names of people whose voice is just utterly unique. Larry the Lobster, that's a good one. If you can think of someone, someone said Romeo, the same person said Juliet. For the game that we're going to play later, if any of the voices I just used to read Romeo and Juliet gets evoked, I don't know, I'm going to retire. That would just be wild. If those were the historic voices of Romeo and Juliet. Danny DeVito, amazing. Ozzy Osbourne. You get Sharon, buy one, get one free. Snoop Diggity Dog. Ruda! All right. Down with Romeo, down with Juliet. That's my stance on that political issue. Hot take, I know. We got names. Robin Williams, Steve Irwin. Thank you. You got the assignment. You understood. I said, a person with a voice who is seared into your noggin, and you said Steve Irwin. Oh my God. A+++. 5 gold stars. You know? Crikey! Crikey! Yeah. Anyway, I says. You know, a question that nobody asks me ever, and it bugs me. What's your brand new show about anyway? Huh? What's the title mean? Nobody ever asks me that. It ticks me off. But guess what, folks? I'm going to tell you. .com Doom is about building community. Why is it called that, Mia? That's what I'm saying. .com Doom is... Here's the feeling of .com Doom. I hope this one hits you in your little feeling cores, located in your left temple. Feeling core, right there. You're going to feel it. .com Doom is an answer. Sometimes when the world feels like a toasted marshmallow on fire, I want .com Doom to be part of the solution, part of the proof, part of the pudding that we can still have fun online together. We can come together, we can joke together, we can watch Diddley Squat together, we can put some names in the chat together, keep them coming. I think I just wanted to do something really fun in the face of a lot of uncertainty in the world. And thus, I have dubbed this show the happiest little show on the net. So, that's a big title. Episode 1, we're putting the blue ribbon on our chest, and I have to earn that ribbon. I'm going to be looking like this the rest of the episode, just so that I can be the happiest show on the net, okay? Happiness. Happiness. Little bit of happiness. I ever did it? Maybe I ever did it. It's the first episode. Diana says, their cat just joined us. He is listening and participating. He is very happy. Diana, give that little black cat of yours one of those right on his little emotional lobe, okay? Just give him a little tussle, because I love him and I miss him. Torrance, there's the counterpoint. No, the internet should be for angry people yelling at strangers. Well, I will be yelling at strangers, but I, for one, am going to be pretty dang happy about it, okay? We'll see. We'll see how the grade comes back after episode, 10. I do have a script, by the way, believe it or not. There is structure to this program tonight. We'll just see if I can stay on the rails. I want y'all to feel welcome here. I want y'all to get on the show, dang it. Actually, that is literally a goal that I wrote on a piece of paper. A piece of paper. I'm not messing around, y'all. That I want y'all to get on the show. And I'm happy to report that tonight was a first good step toward that end. I think 3 or 4 really cool people that I know and love will be on the show tonight. So, where's that sound effect that I have just sitting around? I gotta find it real quick. Okay, well, I'm actually gonna change cameras so that I can do the sound effect. Is that okay, y'all? I'm sorry. I wasn't ready. Here we go. There's the sound effect. Anyway, happiness. .com Doom. In your living room, in your pocket, on your credenza, in your tax filings, next to your bedside. Well, that's maybe not that one. Okay, I'm just going to move on. It's all about cool ideas. Get on this show. I mean it. DM me, email me, whatever. I'm going to get you on here. Do you feel me, y'all? That's the point of .com Doom. I want you to feel at home, okay? or in my home. But for the next hour and a half, it's your home. See, I'm building you little walls and a roof. There it is. Very conceptual. $10 million at Basel. Okay. Neat. So I just want it to be silly and lighthearted. I've already burned 10,000 calories in this show, y'all. And it's not about that, but I'm really sweaty. It's palpable. I want this to be a weekly show. I do. And I might switch off between traditional TV show format, kind of like we got going on now, and some games format, playing some old games, some new games. You know, I want to do that too, because I think there's an audience for that. I like to do that. There's amazing stories to be had in games. I think it'll be fun. I'm going to break out the old Nintendo. So if you don't even have an old Nintendo, hop on the stream. I'm going to be reading them chats, and we'll play together. Let's see. Before we frolic in some flowers. Before we do the can't even talk. Before we do the flower frolicking, let's cover some rules, everybody, okay? Because rules rule. Number 1, there are no rules. Yeah! I'm just kidding. Rule number 2, there are rules, okay? Now for the real rules. Diana loves variety. Diana's excited to see all this. The rest of the show will be me. Oh! I don't know if y'all heard that. Someone just... My fiance just donated $10 to this live stream, which was actually a feature of this live stream I forgot to double test. I set it up a month ago, and I was like, I'm not going to need this for 10 years. I don't need to do that. Mia, going off the rails, all because of you. You my love. You my true love. My sweet pea. 2019 to 2000 forever. You mean so much to me. Getting all romantic up in here. Everyone in the audience is on a third wheel right now. They're on our little private date. It's you and me. Just you and me. You, me, and my auto-tune voice. My auto-tune voice. That's another feature of the show you're going to have to get used to, everybody. My auto-tune voice. It's just a thing. It's a medical condition. It's a happy one, though. Right? A lot of medical conditions are very sad and very stressful in how we have to deal with them. But this one is a happy one. Enough of that. Back to the rules. See, I'm capable. I'm cohesive. I can tell a story, dang it, from start to finish. A to B. Abba, abba. There are rules. Let's do this. Rule number 1. Don't be a butt. What do I mean by that? I got distracted by the chat. That's the other goal. There's an unofficial 4th rule. There's 3 rules, but now there's 4. By the end of the 3rd episode, we'll probably have like 23 and a half rules, but for now there's 4. The newest rule is please distract me in the chat, okay? Like, I don't know if you can spam it or if the YouTube lords will throw you into heck for doing that, but like, keep it coming. I love to see this. I love to see movement over here. Rule number 4, distract me in the chat. Rule number 1, as you can now see, spam. Rule number 1. By the way, I'm sorry if I'm peaking your speakers at home. I don't want to break nothing, okay? I'm not liable for that. You tuning into this show, you sign the fine print, and you're fine with it. But I will turn down my microphone. I digress. Let me do that. Let me just a little ASMR segment. Okay, cool. Hopefully this is a better volume. What up, Connor? Hey, bud. Hey, bud. Thanks for being here. Means so much to me. Means the world. If you missed the first part, Connor, You didn't miss anything at all. This is it. This is the whole show. We got some video segments too that I'm excited to show. Mia says good. I tend to agree with Mia, right? I mean, come on. I tend to agree with Mia. I promise I'm going to get through the rules. Rule number 1 is don't be a butt. Someone just subscribed in the corner. Thank you for doing that. I can't see that. I'm going to pretend to ignore this message, this one right here, that I could probably see, but we can speculate that I just never saw that message from Connor. A funny message, but I'll just pretend I didn't see it. Rule number 2. Where's rule number 2? Keep it PG. 13? Nah. I think what I mean by PG-13 is keeping it green and peachy keen. I just pulled that out of my butt. Which, I'm sorry, I'm already breaking rule number 1. Don't be a butt. But that little rhyme, the little Dr. Seussism back there, kind of came out of the air. So I'm sorry for being a butt. But. The prettiest song you ever heard about butt. Am I right? Am I right? I guess I'm right then. No one in the chat said I wasn't right. Perks of hosting a show. You get the final say. Mia says I'm right. I got to get my sensibilities down better as far as like, tonight we have a 30% chance of Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, the greatest movie since. I was about to name some old movies, but I've learned a lot about how those old movies haven't aged well because of the time periods they were made in. So I'm not going to glorify old movies. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, the best movie since Scott Pilgrim versus the World. How's that? There's a new movie that could be the best movie ever made. Rule number 2 is keep it PG. 13. And I think what I mean by that when I wrote that rule at 4:32 a.m. a couple weeks ago was in keeping with .com Doom being a place that you want to be, a place that I want to be, a place that your grandparent could be, or your grandchildren. I just want to keep things irreverent, but, you know, friendly for the little ones. If you're from Orlando, there's always that billboard that says, safe for the little ears. It's one of the radio stations. Let's be safe for the little eyes, everybody, okay? We can be silly, but keep it PG-13. That's my only ask. Rule number 3. I already forgot what it was. Oh, there it is, yeah. The most important rule of them all, actually. I wasn't looking at my my script. I didn't forget this rule. It's the most important one. Please respect others' identities. I want to build something. I don't know. Something big, right? I got ambitions, y'all. If this is going to be a weekly thing, I want you and your friends and their friends to all come hang out on .com Doom because you can. And if you show up, Aaron Senden in the chat, everybody. That means a lot. Old high school friend. If you show up to this show, I'm going to give you a little shout out. I'm going to give you a little virtual pat on the back. You feel? So my last rule is to respect others' identities because it's a big old world. I just peaked my audio. Now, I peaked in high school, but my audio just peaked right now. Speaking of high school, Aaron was there. He knows I peaked in high school, okay? I don't know what else to say. Aaron, serious question. Heyo, where am I .gov? You just made me want to have a little hoot and holler. Auto-tune style, Aaron. And BP. This is an interesting one. Someone said BP, and then they threw my Snapchat handle in there. That's a throwback. Another high school throwback, I should think. But I don't know who you are with those initials alone, so If you feel like revealing yourself as the mafia member, as the werewolf, as the game goes, you can dox yourself at any time. Just let me know who you're at. Yeah, you think about it. I can see you thinking about it. The gears are moving in your little virtual brain noggin. Aaron says, don't ask anyone to reveal themselves. There's a 5th rule for .com Doom. Aaron says 3rd rule. No, we got a lot of rules, apparently. Like a civilized society, we have a lot of rules that we need to abide by. Okay? Feel like I'm on the circle. Chatting from 11 for Collins with bad internet and sound. Love you, brother, love you, brother. Is that an SM58? You talking about the microphone, Connor? I think it's an ABZXYZ123. I actually don't know. I wish. If you are asking about the microphone, if you're asking about my haircut, that is not the name of my haircut. But if you are asking about the microphone, we are going to have a little, what's it called? A field trip to microphone land. It's an R21S. Know your microphones. So thank you for joining me on this week's meeting of the microphone enthusiasts of Tampa. When you just don't talk, you just make some noise, all right? Rule number 10 of .com Doom. Not to be confused with rule number 99, never say anything ever, okay? We can have both of those rules at the same time. Thanks, Aaron. BP, it literally looks like a Rock Band microphone, but it was a cheapy Sam Ash microphone kit purchase because I needed the stand, and it came with the microphone. So there we are, right? It's got to keep the melodies out. All I needed was a microphone that could do auto-tune, which is literally not how microphones work. I'm going to keep on moving with the show because I'm a slow poke. Let's start having some fun, all right? Tonight, we're going to have a very special guest. And that very special guest is my literal brother from the same mother, the 407 Wonder Boy vocal star. I had a slow processing moment. The brain just had like the old dial-up tone. I was like, Anyway, my brother, his name is Brian. He's going to be here, so you should get hype. Watch this. Watch this. Yeah! Wait for it. Okay. Brian Derulo. Jason Derulo. Now I'm just reading the chat. Y'all are my teleprompter, okay? If it goes here, I read it. And don't take advantage of that, because that is a powerful superpower. And you can mess up a dude's life. I seen that Jim Carrey movie. I know the one. I know how that story ends. I don't want to be that guy, okay? Not tonight. Save it for episode 36. My brother Brian's going to be here. And that's really exciting to me because I love that guy. And he's one of the most talented musicians. He does magic, is what I just implied. But no, he plays. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can. Let me just see if I can. He does the music, y'all. Whoa! 3-dimensional keyboards. So he's going to be a special live guest tonight if I can figure out the setup, which I did already. Don't worry. We got this. I'm not nervous about it or anything. But for now, Brian, who's going to be our special live guest, did me a real solid by writing me a jingle. And the jingle relates to the theme of tonight's episode. So I'm going to get rid of the rules by doing that. A poof, I said. And yes, Diana gets it. Grade A energy. If I am too hype or if I just woke up your neighbors, we're friends, remember? We're community. We probably need more rules. We're working on that. Write the rule in the chat if you don't want me to scream at you again, and I will consider it. Okay. So, Brian wrote this, and I want you to hear it. Check it out. Oh, crap. I pressed the wrong button. Okay, check this out. This.
Names are words and symbols used to describe things, and without them we'd be real confused.
Oh my goodness, what is that?
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
That over there.
Oh, that thing.
Yeah, what is that?
Well, I wouldn't be able to begin to describe it. Who knows?
Pure comedy, everybody. The theme of tonight's episode is names. Everyone's got one. And so I had my bro produce a jingle that you just heard. We'll do it again, because YOLO.
Names are words and symbols used to describe things, and without them we'd be real confused.
Oh my goodness, what is that?
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
That over there.
Oh, that thing.
Yeah, what is that?
Well, I wouldn't be able to begin to describe it. Who knows?
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Brian, we're proud of you, and we're excited to talk to you later. Learn a little bit more about you. But for the meantime, how are y'all doing? I looked over there like I was looking at you, and I said, how are you doing tonight? Yeah, how are you doing? This is some first date, huh? This first date with .com Doom, and you're like, I'm going to have to pay for the bill, aren't I? Yes, you are. Diana likes my shirt. I think it's ironic, because you're somewhere in the world watching me in my little room. Deeper than a Florida swimming pool on a hot July 8th day. Florida people, am I right? Florida kids, Florida 90s kids up in here. That's my key demographic, I feel like. A Florida 90 kid. Just 90, though. Soon as we pass 90, I don't know what's going to happen. A mage, a wizard warned me not to get 91 Florida followers. I don't know. Something bad's going to happen, so keep it in check, all right? 90 of you, though. We got to get that goal tonight. Another thing I'll point out before we move on to some video segments so that we can keep this show on the road. Right yonder. This is a true story. So, I'm giving you a lot of games, a lot of tools tonight, okay? This is an interactive thing. We're in an interactive world, folks. You can be chatting it up, and I will read your chat, and I will interact with it. I will play with it. We're going to have fun. Another thing you can do to mess with my life for the next week is subscribe to this YouTube channel. And get your friends to do it too. I kid you not. If y'all successfully tweet, Instagram, Facebook, Craigslist, MySpace, Tumblr, Friendster, Napster, Crapster, Dumpster, if you use all of those websites that I just said to get the word out about this episode, probably the next episode too. I'll probably do it for a few episodes. Rule number 5, Aaron, send in over here. Distracting me in the chat, doing a goof, making me laugh. And the cat in the hat, Scratch Jackson's back. Thank you, Mr. Cat. Appreciate that. I'll take off my hat right after that. Take out my big old wiffle ball bat and hit a tenner to my friender. Take him for dinner. Call it dinner. Kind of between lunch and dinner. I need to stop freestyling The rap portion of the evening has not yet arrived. Get the word out about this thing. There's incentives for you to. If you get people to subscribe, I think if I played my cards right, this will update. And if it doesn't update, I'm a man of honor code. I will check out the subscription numbers after the episode, and I will make that many vegan sandwiches for Mia, my fiance. I will do it. So get the word out. Tell your friends, hey, just subscribe to this channel. This guy's going to have to make 100 sandwiches. If that's what it takes, yeah. See, Mia's hungry, y'all. This is your fault. You did that. I'm just kidding. That's terrible. This is a happy show. You want to be... You want to be here, and I'm going to take the word names off of my forehead. It was a nice tattoo while it lasted. Can I? Yes, I can. Trick question. So, like and subscribe, because I'm a YouTuber now. I'm a professional YouTuber or whatever. Tell your friends to do it, and I will make so many sandwiches for you, Mia. You don't even know where to begin. You're like, should I start on that sandwich, or should I start on that sandwich? It's going to be a problem. And I don't know. People are going to have to, like, pray for you and stuff. If you do that, thoughts or prayers. Keep Mia in them, because there's going to be so many dang sandwiches. Connor crashed. I am thinking Connor... Our friend Connor in the chat over here might literally be on a bike right now. So actually, let's keep Connor in your thoughts or prayers, because I think he just fell off a bike. Connor, you became the news just now. Are you out there? I'm not going to read the chat for a second. Connor, are you out there? Breaking news. Frontline report. No, Connor. Don't give up on me. We need you, man. Just stay safe. Wear a helmet. Tie your shoes. Pay your taxes. Okay. Mentally. Okay, I just took y'all on a ride, and I lied. Why'd? I don't know. Mark Wing Solo. Okay. Check it out, y'all. The name, .com Doom. Look at this. Props. This is technology. We got props. This name I advertised maybe a month ago, and I asked what some of y'all think about it. I told y'all what I hope this project to be, but the theme of the show is names, right? So we're talking about the name for a second. I asked the internet.com.gov//friends /backspace Backstreet Boys. I did all that stuff. And I said, what does this name make you think of, huh? And you said, and you also said, .com Doom sounds like an MF Doom album that could have been released during the Y2K panic. If that's not an amazing observation, I don't know what is. Mark said that. Mark will actually be on the show, too. He has a video coming up. You'll see it. We're getting there. Kai, a good pal Kai, said, the internet is apocalyptic. Yet here we are. It's .com Doom, folks. That's mood mock doke. That's how you would read it. Well, wait. An M becomes a W upside down. This is even more breaking news. Oh. I'm going to just let that one sink in, actually. Look at that. Would. Okay, no, wait. Chat your thoughts about this. It's woo. Woo. It's the word woo twice because the C and the D in dot and com look like O's. Woo woo. Loo. Because the T looks like an L, and the first D and dot also looks like an O. Man, so much for stylistic bubble letters. My butt. I said woo, woo, loo. Are you amused? I hope you've laughed at least once. Even in embarrassment. Just once. Direct eye contact. Oh, I didn't hit the right button. So that came out of nowhere, but I showed you my cards. Direct eye contact. And apparently oh god, I gotta fix my computer here. Hold on. I contain the applause with my fist. That's my superpower. Y'all can literally puppet me and do anything on this live stream. I can stop the applause sound effect with my fist. Pretty cool, right? I've been practicing that for like 2 years. All right. I'm taking way too long. Lacey, it is still live. And I don't even know if that's a good thing. But I do appreciate y'all being here. One or two more things I'm going to read, and then we're going to start watching some tape, and then we're going to get my brosif Brian on the showsif. My brosif on the showsif. Do you see? Got a little rhyme scheme going. We're going to do this every week, folks. Come back next Tuesday. Who knows what's going to happen? Bella said, the world is ending, but it's okay, because we have the internet. Laughs in HTML. You know what that would sound like if you could laugh in HTML? I feel like it would sound something like that. I knew conceptually I would get to connect the dots of why I have this sound effect on my microphone. Other than an infatuation with T-Pain, it's because if you laugh in HTML, it would sound like auto-tune. We made a lot of progress tonight. I am going to catch up on the chat real quick, and then we're going to watch some videos, I think. And then I'm going to try to get my brother on the line. We'll talk to him for a little bit, and then more funny stuff. Lacey, what's up? I have no idea what I'm doing, lolp. Lolp. Lol. It's okay. Neither do I. I also have no idea what I'm doing. So if that gives you a sense of camaraderie, the world's not so small after all, you know? I'm glad you're here. First time on a live YouTube. So proud of you. Thank you. It was really scary all day, and I'm really sweaty now, and I've only been doing it for like 30 minutes, but thank you. Thanks for watching. Crying. Thank you for making my night. Lil P forever! Yes! Lil P forever. Okay. Lacey, you're amazing. And you tuned in, and you said Lil P twice. I don't know if it was a typo or if I'm the fool that doesn't know the acronym. But either way, I'm getting Lil P tattooed either here or here. Maybe on my foot. To be determined. We're going to let the chat figure that one out. But thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Means a lot. Diana says, Bowie the doggo is here now. She does not know what she is doing, Lil P. Yeah, so that makes like 10 of us, I guess. No one knows what they're doing. Okay, that is the point of .com Doom. No one Come a little closer, buddy. No one knows what they're doing. Why do we take things so darn seriously? I think we all have a lot of wiggle room in our life. Hopefully. Maybe that's a privilege. But I just want us all to have a good time with the free time that we get. That's what I'm trying to get at, okay? Lolpy. Okay. 11 veggie subs so far. Mia's gonna have a subathon. Subathon. You know, I'm thinking my wheels are moving right now. And I think YouTube speak, that language that I'm just bought a dictionary for and am learning about how to be a streamer and content creator and all that jazz. A subathon is when you try to get people to do a bunch of subs. You get people to subscribe to your ish. Kept that one PG-13. See, I didn't say the other word. I said ish. Ish. A subathon is when you do that. A subathon for subs is what I'm doing. An original idea where each sub means Mia gets a vegan sub. That's a subathon, subbity woobity wah doodah. No, I couldn't say that 3 times fast. I'm sorry. It's a skill I lack. I have a lot of skills. I have a lot of imperfections. One of the things I can't do is say subbity doodah, subathon, sub woo wah doody da 3 times fast. Mia's hungry, y'all. Keep the subs coming. Send this link to your mom randomly, is what we're trying to say. Send this to someone randomly. Have them join. Be a little perplexed or offended. Thanks, Lacey, for checking it out. We really appreciate it. Love y'all. Be safe. You got it. We'll do a podcast too, because you asked. But for now, I get to show you all some video content, which is exciting because a lot of good friends came through in a pinch. Immersion 5D audio. You feel that on your arm? I'm placeboing a pinch onto you. I bet you're like, oh my God, I can actually feel a pinch on my arm right now. No, it's okay. You're just overthinking it. I'm just messing with you. I'm sorry, buddy. But, sorry, it had been like 5 minutes since I had done that. The timer goes off, and I have to do it again. Self-imposed rule. Rule number 63, I think. Lolp. 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 ASMR. I'm going to play some videos. While the videos are playing, I'm going to try and get my brother on the line. And full disclosure, I sat down to write an interview with my brother 3 times. And I took what I wrote, and I ripped it up. So we're going to wing it with him. But don't worry, I have something up my sleeve to keep it rolling. Lolin, am I right? Hashtag P, lol P. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So it'll be good. It won't be formal. You're going to have fun. I hope. If you've enjoyed it so far, you'll probably have fun. If you're scared, you're still going to be scared. And that's the way the cookies crumbles. Cookies. Speaking of cookies, I don't want to get this segue wrong. I'm going to get the segue wrong, y'all, I bet. I need to look at my... I think there's technically 4 videos that I'm about to play for you. Maybe about 20 minutes long in total. One of them has to do with food. So that would have been a good segue if I had went from cookies crumbling to some food. But, Connor, thank you. Thank you, buddy. What the hell? That was a really sweet, really cool, poignant and observant observation that you just did see and observe. The LaCroix, I believe, is as it's pronounced in Georgia. LaCroix. It's a good drink. A coconut. I'm going to play some videos, and I hope you have fun. Check it out.
Hey, I'm your local Manic Pixie Dream Girl, and you're watching .com Doom.
Hello! Hi, I'm Frank Ocean's third cousin, and you are listening to, or watching, or experiencing .com Doom. And apparently, I'm here to talk about music and stuff. This week, names of songs, albums, experiences, artists. I'm going to start. Let's go. So, first on the docket, we have Louisiana natives, Suicide Boys, and their new album, actually, Long Term Effects of Suffering, just came out. I have it on this piece of paper here because I'm not gonna remember any of these. When I finish record, yeah, you get the gist. Anyway, so for the uninitiated, this group, there's two of them. I don't know their names. I don't know those names. I know other names though. Are grungy, hip hoppy, trappy, emo-y, heavy metal-ish vibes. Puts you in the mind of the aesthetic of people who unironically shop at Spencer's and don't go in the back. They tell you they do, but they unironically shop there. They smell like Axe body spray and Taco Bell. That puts you in the mind of those people. But they have these. Just listen to them. Anyway, second name that we're going to be going over of albums that are just, will be All the Toppings by Panici's Pizza. And yes, for my Futurama fans, that Panici's Pizza. They made a group out of that restaurant for whatever reason. They have songs like, and I can't make this up, Pokemon cards and an empty bottle of grape juice. And, wait, you know who Frankie Muniz is, right? That's a song on the album. I promise it is. They are a pop punk emo alternative Midwest emo group of ragtag narduels and vocal inflections that remind you of that feeling when you get a C on an exam that you thought you were supposed to get a D on. Like, you're happy about it, but you're at the same time, it's like, if I was going to overachieve, I could have at least gotten a B minus. It's that vibe. Highly recommend. Please go listen to them. Stop this video. Wait, no, actually, don't leave the live yet. Jax, put something creative here to keep the people here. I don't know. Do some post-production stuff. Anyway, next on the docket is, and here we go, folks. Give me a second. Because I Am Young, Arrogant, and Hate Everything You Stand For by Machine Girl. Now, Machine Girl is an artist from undisclosed location number 1257 on the planet of Saturn or something like that. I mean, she is wild. The music is EDM, hyper pop meets super techno heavy. It's like if Skrillex had a daughter who hung out with System of a Down band members, but like actually in the 90s, and then she teleported to the future, met the Terminators, came back, and then recorded some albums. That would be Machine Girl. This album is insane. It has names of songs that I can't say in good company, but you should definitely check her out because she's amazing. And all of the names of her songs are just, yeah. Anyway, moving on, we have, now this is actually my personal favorite of the albums on this list. We have Platinum Falcon Tape Volume 1 by Sir Guapdad 4000. Not only does he have probably my favorite rapper name in hip-hop, Guapdad 4000, but this album name is, Platinum Falcon is the name of the album, but Platinum Falcon is the name of possibly the best song to be released and his kind of genre of hip-hop, kind of like the nerdy, Childish Gambino, Thundercat. I know I'm naming a lot of random people. That type of fan base, like people who like really like Kenny Beats. Like, he's in that genre of people. It's possibly one of the best album singles, not just singles. There's plenty of better singles, but actually like album singles. that I've heard in an extremely long time. Platinum Falcon Tape Volume 1. Check it out. And to round off the list, we have Set My Heart on Fire Immediately by Perfume Genius. Now, this album, this band Perfume Genius, actually, they are a really slow, I don't want to say classic rock, I don't want to say alternative, I don't want to say indie, but I kind of have to say all of those things because that's their genre of music. It's really comforting. It's like a warm hug, but also a warm hug that's like knitted by depression from the Big Mouth show. Like, it's that. They're awesome. Listen to them. Perfume Genius actually is the only group, and thus far, because I don't call myself a huge softie usually, but I actually did cry, and I do mean boohoo cried during their NPR Tiny Desk. So definitely check them out. They have songs like On the Floor and One More Try. On the Floor and One More Try will remind you of that girl in the 3rd grade who didn't want to share her crayons with you, and then you thought about that for the rest of your life. Not a personal story, just, anecdotally. I'm not saying anything about myself. But anyway, Jax, take it away. I'm done talking to the people. Leave. Bye. See you later.
Hi, my name is, and you're watching Show Me How, the video show within a video show. Names are an important part of who we are. So today I'm going to show you how to embroider yours onto a shirt. So first we need some materials. A blank t-shirt, string that contrasts with the color t-shirt you have, a pen so we can write our name on our t-shirt, a needle, an embroidery needle or a tapestry needle, not a regular sewing needle, a tiny pair of scissors, and an embroidery hoop. So I'm going to embroider .com Doom onto this t-shirt, and I want it to be kind of right in this area. So yeah, I'm just gonna sketch it out. I'm so scared. All right, there's my plan. There's my little thing. It looks a little crooked. It's fine though, it literally doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then I'm gonna grab the needle. And then gonna take some of this yarn and pull it like all the way to your arm. And then we're gonna snip. Right thing to do. And then you thread the needle. Just gonna edit this to make sure that I get it the first time. Don't look at me. Firmly grasp it. Threaded needle. And then you just pull it to like right there. And then you leave that end alone. You don't tie a knot on it. You tie a knot on this end. Make a little loop-de-loop. And then you just tie a little knot. I'm gonna do it 2 times. And then we put our little embroidery hoop on when we have our needle threaded and knotted. You put the one that doesn't have a screw on it on the inside of your shirt underneath the design, like that. And then you take the one with the screw and you put it on top, just like that. And then you screw it tight, and then you pull on the fabric to make sure it's nice and tight in the hoop. You don't want it to be loose. And we're gonna be using a back stitch. So now that we have our design in the embroidery hoop, we're gonna start using our needle. Since the knot is on this end of the thread, we're gonna start from the bottom of our design and go up. So I'm gonna go inside my t-shirt so that my needle is gonna be in this hoop and on my design. And I'm gonna start with the topmost point, topmost left point, pull my needle all the way through, and just pull. And you make sure you don't get any knots on the inside while it's pulling through. And you want to make small stitches, so we're doing a back stitch. So what it's going to look like is that we're moving forward, but then we're going to go back into our last stitch, and you'll see what I mean in a second. But we're just going to go ahead and make a small stitch. I'm going to go in the middle of the D, and then pull all the way through. Make sure it doesn't get knotted. And we have our first stitch. Pull all the way through. And then I'm gonna go back to my last stitch right here. Gonna poke my needle through and then pull the thread all the way through. So now I'm moving forward to the next spot next to this stitch, pulling up, through, and then going back to this stitch. And then you just keep doing that until you get all the way around the design. Okay, now that we've got our design done, we have to knot the back of it so that all of our hard work doesn't go undone when we want to wash our shirt. So when you're done, your needle is on the back of your shirt, and you're gonna take your needle, and wherever there's a stitch right next to where your thread is coming out, like my thread is coming out of this hole, and this stitch is the closest to it, I'm gonna go underneath that stitch with the needle and then pull it so that it makes, my string makes a loop like that. And then I'm gonna take my needle, put it behind the loop, and then through the loop, and then you pull. So then it makes a teeny little knot, and then I'm gonna do it again. I always like triple knot it to make sure it's secure. Go under the stitch we made, and it makes a loop, and we take our needle, and we put it behind the loop and then through it, and then pull. I'm gonna do it one more time. All right. And then make sure it's nice and tight. And then we take our tiny scissors or whatever size scissors and just chop that off. Make sure you put your needle somewhere where you'll find it. Don't put it down anywhere. And then we unscrew our hoop when we're done with the design. And ta-da! Yay!
Cool.
And now a word from
Hey, hey, can you hear me? Can you hear me? We are having a technical difficulty, and it is difficult. If you can hear me now, that means that maybe we resolved the issue having to do with the video playing, but not really. You can only hear the video. So the issue is on my radar. But let me know in the chat if you can hear me now. We'll keep going. I hope that this is still broadcasting. Yeah, BP, I was muted. I think I'm unmuted now, though. So let me know if y'all can hear me. Let me know if y'all can hear me now. And then once I get one confirmation chat, I will move on with the show, and we'll do the last little bit of stuff that we had for the night. But I just want to make sure that y'all can hear me, because otherwise it's all in vain. All right. Sweet. I think we fixed the audio for the time being. That's a good thing. Had to refresh. If you can still hear it, try refreshing the page. All right, Torrance and Mia and BP and everyone else. First show, we're going to have glitches out the wazoo, but thanks for sticking around. You get a bonus for sticking around. So thank you. I have one more video to play. This is a risk. Oh my gosh. I almost wonder if I shouldn't play it, but I'm going to try to play one more video. And then we're going to get my brother on the phone. Well, I'll tell you what. We're going to switch things up because we're adaptable. And I'm literally on the edge of my seat right now. You can't tell, but my tuchus is living on the edge. Living on the edge. We're going to mix it up. I'm going to get my brother on the call. So I'm going to call him now. And then we're going to hang out with him for a little bit. And then I'll show the last video. If it doesn't nuke my computer in the process. Which if it does, found the limit. There's the line. I cannot play a video while also trying to line up the live interview on the back end. Understandably, I'm testing the bandwidth there of my internet. So thank you for being a guinea pig with me. I was about to make the sound that a guinea pig makes, but I don't think I know what that is. I don't think these golden pipes are capable of that. So I'm going to call my brother, and if we can get him on, we're going to talk to him for a little bit. And then we will maybe watch one more video. And then that'll be an hour and a half of content, which is the goal. The time flies. I will say that. It really does fly. So, behind the scenes, I'm calling my brother. Let's see. This is the interview. Yep. My setup works. We'll just see if the interview will work. All right. Oh. Let's see. The suspense is killing me. Is he going to answer? I'm going to fix the screen, by the way. Zoop. Zoop.
Oh my God. They're not gonna answer. I'm gonna have no one to interview.
Check it out. I got a game set up. That was the secret surprise. I got a little spinny wheel. I'll spin it. Maybe that'll make the internet work better. Maybe it'll make it work 10 times worse. Well, I'm calling him. I'm going to go back to this view. Connor says, I've got my advertising inquiry in. Thank you, Connor. I don't know how you saw that at the end of the video that had terrible connection. Here, I'm going to mute the desktop call sound. You can probably still hear. It's back! But thank you for taking advantage. If you didn't see it, I will try to upload it later. The videos, the separate videos so that you can watch them. I want even more of your time. Content. Watch it. Subscribe. Follow. Abrasive and in your face. But safe for the little eyes. It's the balancing act. It's a fun initiative. If you email .comdoom@gmail.com with a message or a graphic or something else that you want to promote, we'll put it on the show. It's that easy. .comdoom@gmail.com. Put a funny subject in there. Make me laugh. If you make me laugh, put you on 2 episodes. We'll see.
I want them to answer the phone. Answer the phone.
We're going to play a Mario Party mini game right now while we wait for my brother to pick up the phone call. In the chat, look at me, trying to keep y'all engaged. Throw some words or sentences or phrases in the chat, and I'll sing it in auto-tune, and maybe it'll sound tight. I'm going to redial my brother, see if we can get him on. And in the chat, throw some words, and then I'll sing it in auto-tune. Hey, Brian. Folks, we're going to have to wait on the minigame. I maybe got my brother on the line. Let's see. Let us see. Wait a minute, Brian. Keep the face. It's golden.
Hi.
Oh,
My
I hit the
name
wrong
is-
button again. Keep it, Brian. Oh, there it is. Let's make them think that we're frozen again and that the internet connection is D-, but we're just gargoyle statues. Can you hear me, Brian? Give me a gargoyle thumbs up if you can hear me right now. Oh my gosh, you're too committed to this role. Oh, there's the thumbs up. You can hear me. Nice. Say something again. I want to make sure that people can hear you. I just unmuted you. Keep talking. I'm going to change your settings so that the people can hear this beautiful conversation. But don't say anything too hilarious in case it doesn't transmit. Oh my God. Let's see. All right. Now I'm like 80% sure that the people can hear me and the people can hear you, Brian Hayes. So with that, wave a limb and say hello. How are you doing on this fine Tuesday evening?
Tired from work, but other than that, pretty good.
Nice. You work tonight,
Yeah.
right?
Sorry?
You went to work tonight? You did work tonight?
I did. You hear that, NSA? I worked.
Oh my gosh. Well, thanks again for taking some time after a long day to chat with your bro on his new hobby. But you can't see the setup right now. No, go ahead. What were you going to say? I want to know.
It's gonna be like, well, you know, you got to keep those dozens of fans. Long stare into the sadness. That's a humorous joke because no one knows who I am. That's the humor.
Oh, man. My career's one day old, and you're roasting it like a freaking well-done steak.
I'm not roasting your career. You have a show. I don't.
Well, thanks. Thanks for diffusing the roast.
You bet. Do I look straight in the camera, or should I?
Oh, yeah. Totally. Uncanny Valley. Just stare into our soul gems. Hypnotize
Didn't
us.
do both.
No blinking. This is this is the movie what was that movie called? Night?
Susan Kane.
No, it's the one with oh god, I'm having the worst brain flatulence right now. I'm not gonna get it.
Oh, yeah, Sisterhood.
No. I used to have the poster
Barbarella.
too. Now I'm gonna take 10 more minutes. It's called Nightcrawler. I have the poster's right down there
yeah.
actually. If you've seen that movie,
Oh,
Jake Gyllenhaal, he's a statue and he doesn't blink the whole time, and it's like terrifying, but it's riveting. Have you seen that movie?
You mean? Yeah, I like that movie.
Yeah.
I saw it, it shows the competitive, seedy underbelly of tabloid photojournalism.
I feel like you're the stare is gonna get me every time. I feel like you're reading copy right now. That was too perfect. Brian, you're too perfect. That's my
I'm
Yelp
not
review.
reading copy. Did you see that?
Yeah, the
See what
teleprompter, Iris.
Are you getting this? I'm
Yeah,
on fire.
Brian, where's the fire extinguisher? The house. The TV.
I haven't refilled it.
Brian,
Or charged it, whatever it's called.
the theme of tonight's show is names. And so I have a name game, and we're going to play it. But first, I just wanted to ask you, because earlier on the show, I had a friend Torrance do a music review. He taped like a 5-minute video, and he shared some of the favorite names of artists, songs, albums. You're also a musician. You listen to a lot of that stuff. Is there a song that comes to mind that is like either hilarious or trash or really quite good, but the name is kind of like the encrusted gem on the rhinestone that is this piece of music? Like just a really goofy name of a piece of music that you're like, I don't know, would recommend just for the name alone, just to get to say it out loud.
Yes.
All of Tenacious D. Got it.
Well, it just is a humorous name for something that I like. Or
It could be humorous, or it could be like serious, but it's weird and beautiful and poetic. Just a name of any song. Maybe it's one of your favorite songs, like a desert island song thing. But I'm just wondering how names factors into. It sounds like you got an idea.
Well, no, one that's was infuriating to me, and I found out that it's not just me, but everybody. So there is a great song by the band called The Who. Heard of them? They have a. I'm never gonna get through this. They have a really great song. Now, often throughout like the main part of the song, you hear Teenage Wasteland,
Yep.
Teenage Wasteland, and
Teenage
it's a song
Wasteland.
about, yeah, it's a song, I believe, if I'm remembering the lyrics correctly, it's kind of talking about being in Vietnam. Out here in the fields, I fight for my meals. I get my back into my living. Uh, and Tina, I believe the song was a comment on how many young people were being needlessly dying in Vietnam. Now, with that thing going over and over again, you'd be like, oh, that song Teenage Wasteland by The Who. But it's not called Teenage Wasteland. It's called Baba O'Reilly, a name that's not, to my memory, once used in the entire song. Now, there could be some knowledge about that name having to do with the song that completely escapes me because just I wasn't around when it was when it had its peak popularity, but that's always something that infuriated me, having to know that it's called Bob O'Reilly to be able to find it.
Yeah. No, that's true. There's a Adult Swim show called Joe Pera Talks with You that has become like a, I don't know, just the sweetheart TV show that I love to watch. It's just really sweet and wholesome comedy, but there's a whole episode about that. I don't know if you've seen it.
I haven't. Adult Swim is great. Bring back Venture Brothers. What are you guys doing?
Use the platform, Brian. This show is about the internet. It's called .com. Yeah, preach to Adult Swim what shows they need to cancel and which ones they need to keep right now. I'll give you a minute.
Keep giving money to Dan Harmon and Justin Roiland. Rick and Morty is great. Why you didn't pick up Harmon Quest, I don't understand. That seems like a show tailor-made for you guys. And keep Venture Brothers going. I think we've had enough Squidbillies. Let's keep going with the. That's not fair. Nothing against that show, but come on, Venture Brothers is.
It's pretty stellar.
To me, Venture Brothers is art.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bring it back, or since it's on HBO Max, let HBO Max take over.
Sounds like a world domination kind of a thing.
If your idea was having me here was going to gain you followers, you were sadly mistaken.
Sad.
I have opinions about nothing.
Well, I hope they bring it back. I hope they heard you. I really do.
Have you ever seen it?
What'd you say?
Have you ever seen it?
The Venture Bros?
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of other episodes. A fitting show to be talking about. You're showing me your bedroom. You got a dog watch? Is there a dog over there?
That was me leaving in a fit of rage, but I didn't want to get up in case I knocked us over. So there was no point in that bit.
Hey, you're on your phone, right?
No.
Oh, okay, you're not on your phone. Wow. You're on your tablet?
Yes.
Pick up the tablet and go show us the dog real quick.
An unnamed tablet. A non-specific brand of tablet.
Thank you. Thank you. They don't deserve our sponsored spots yet. We don't need to sell 1,000 more tablets for the Tablet Maker Incorporated.
This particular brand of tablet, which is non-specific, is so good and top of the line with speeds that will melt your face. My non-specific tablet is top of the line.
Wow, I'm going to go to Best Buy and ask for one of those non-specific tablets. They sound really stellar, man.
If they have any left.
That was some non-specific praise from Brian Hayes. See, that rhymed. Been rhyming all night. Brian,
I love my non-specific tablet because nothing's faster than not getting sued.
Oh my God! See, Brian, earlier in the show, I told the watchers. That sounds spooky. The audience. Oh my God! I told the audience, the watchers. I told them
the watcher.
Oh, man. I told him, I was like, I sat down to write an interview with Brian 3 times, and I ripped it up every time. And I'm like, I'm just going to have a conversation with you. I have a game. We'll play it in a second. You can't see. Later, when you rewatch this, you'll see how much of a technical difficulty we hit, like, in the 10 minutes before you went live. And you'll understand why I was struggling to be a good contact and get you online, because my computer was about to blow up, and it'll show, and it'll be great. It'll put in a little memory bottle.
I was harassing him off too. You guys don't know that at home. I was aggressively texting Jackson, going, "What's going on? Am I coming on? What's happening?
True story.
What am I doing? What's my life? Who am I? What is this?"
I apologize for
real?
making. Oh God. They got even deeper and more existential. I'm
Questions
so sorry.
for the
I did
watcher.
that. That was my fault. I gotta own it. Levity. I'm gonna cheer us all up with a game. I'm gonna spin. I'm gonna spin a wheel, and our audience should be able to see the wheel on screen with little petite letters. I'll read the letters because it's kind of hard to read. And I'll tell you what we're gonna do. Yeah, I know you can't see. You can't see diddly squat, but I'll read it to you. I'm gonna spin the wheel. Whoa. Maybe. Oh, don't tell me the wheel's broken. Okay, the wheel's moving.
Look at the expensive animation.
Can you hear that slow
imagined
clicking,
there.
Brian? The wheel is making a sound.
I can't hear it.
All right. This is a beautiful
But I'm
thing.
gonna keep smiling to suppress my rage, and because
This
my
live
teeth look
show
good in
is,
this way.
oh God, it's hanging on by a thread. We're MacGyvering this together as we speak.
I can smell the duct tape.
Yeah, me too. It's charming. Okay, I don't know if this wheel's
You're
ever
right.
going to
Oh,
stop.
That's the line nobody should laugh at.
What, huffing duct tape fumes?
Get on with it.
Oh my goodness. All right, Brian, the wheel is just like Matrix slow motioning. What should have taken 5 seconds has taken about a minute now, but I think it just landed on.
I'm waiting.
Oh, great. So there's 3 things this thing could land on, and the first one it landed on is vulnerable question. So I'm going to ask you a vulnerable question. Are you ready? You look ready. I'll take that as a resounding yes. Yes.
Yes.
I'll give you a flavor to choose from. Regret or triumph? Your
I'll
flavor
go
of
with what I
vulnerable.
know. Sorry?
Do you want the vulnerable question to be that of regret, triumph, or advice?
Dealer's choice.
All right. What has been your greatest triumph?
This show.
I said, what has been your greatest triumph?
Yeah, I answered you. Are you not listening?
Greatest triumph.
That's my answer. I don't know. Something I'm proud of is, I think, putting.
Anything you're comfortable sharing. I don't need. If you're not comfortable, you don't have to divulge anything. But
I don't know. Probably, maybe finishing the album, putting the album out.
nice. Yeah. Before we spin the wheel again, I wanted to ask, how long did it take you to write, arrange, record, produce, and release that album? You have an album out, by the way. Everyone check out Brian Hayes at his social media handle, Brian Hayes Live. You can see it below his smiling face. Do the gargoyle smile. There it is. You can check him out, Brian Hayes Live. He has an album out called This Is Me. Some really good content. Sort of grand arranged orchestral singer-songwriter music. Like if you like some of Ben Folds' work. Rufus Wainwright, others I know are heroes of yours. Even touches of the Beach Boys and the Beatles and how you arrange some of your music.
I love others.
Like, I love covers. No, it's all original music. Don't let me. Aren't I a great interviewer?
Uh, no, I'm not saying you're not.
How long did it take you to make that?
I think to record it, if I remember correctly, now there were breaks in between, but if I like accumulated it all together, maybe like 3 weeks, a month, if I'm remembering correct. Something like that.
Okay.
Maybe between 2 and 4 weeks. Keep in mind there was like weeks in between those though. And one of the second to last song was recorded and added several months later before it was released, after everything else was recorded.
Got you. Several months though. At what point in that process did the name "This Is Me"? Was that like, again, talking about names ascribed to people, names ascribed to art? You made an album. That's more than most people our age will ever say. It takes so much work to professionally produce and release an album of music. "This Is Me" is what you put on there with a picture of yourself. Is that you knew what the title of your album was going to be, or in making the songs, did that title come to you?
I knew I wanted to call it that, and then I wrote a song called "This Is Me" for that. I don't necessarily know if you necessarily need title tracks to albums. I'm not saying you need to, but so far I found that I like to do that. Just because it's, I don't know if it's old fashioned, but like, I don't know, like, because a lot of times it will be like, it's like the title track of an album is kind of, now, in a sense, you could use it like an overture. An overture, if you're watching like an opera or a musical, the overture, you're about to get snippets of the entire show in like 6 minutes. They play little sections of each one, and that's the whole point of an overture, is it's them giving you snippets of each song right before the show starts. And I kind of like title tracks because they can not necessarily act like an overture where you're hearing all this stuff. Like you could, like Sergeant Pepper had a reprise at the end, so it's kind of but it's kind of gives you like a sense of like what that album's attitude or theme or something will be like. The theme of my album is that it's my first album. There's no actual there's no real thematic thing that's connecting all the songs other than it's the first time I put something out there. I have plans to write other stuff later that will probably be a little more thematic, where there might be something more obvious connecting the songs, whether it be the type of songs they are, the subject matter, like maybe different styles of songs, but with a similar subject matter that ties it together. I always liked that. That's not necessarily something that you get a lot anymore, but I thought it was really interesting. And I kind of like, it's like kind of a branding thing. Like you can hear that song and be like, oh, that's this album. Oh, you remember what else was on this album? This, and this. And then also sometimes, I don't know, sometimes like that's why I kind of like singles too, because singles are their own microcosm. It's like this is its own thing that I didn't want to attach anything else to.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I have an album and 2 singles out, and both the singles aren't from that album, which is, again, that's kind of an old-fashioned thing. Normally, you do your album or your EP, and then people go, what's the single from it? And they release that, which is fine. Obviously, they're doing better than I am, but I kind of like the idea that if you're going to if something's coming out, it'll be different. So like that single will be its own thing, and it's not something you've heard of that's already been released. Or if it is something that's been released, it's a different version of it, maybe a different arrangement of it, a live version or something. But yeah, so and names of songs and like albums and stuff can really put you in, kind of like tell you what you're about to get into. Like, Queen had a night at the opera. That
Yeah.
kind of sums up Queen to their fan base.
Yeah.
Because Queen is a rock band, but they're also very much classical minded in a lot of ways. The whole point of Sgt. Pepper was they wanted an outlet to write music that they felt that the Beatles as a brand could not commercially sell. So the whole point originally was Paul McCartney was said, well, no, we're not going to call it the Beatles. It's going to be the debut album of Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band.
So that brings me to
It
my
was
next
gonna be-
question.
Yeah.
What would your alter ego name be if you ever released music that wouldn't fit within the Brian Hayes brand? Putting you on the spot.
Chris Gaines.
What?
No, Chris Gaines. I believe that was Garth Brooks' alter ego.
Nice.
I'm not hating on Chris Gaines or Garth Brooks. I've never listened to them. I just know that as a tidbit. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I've never really thought of using like a stage name or something for music. I know I like my name, Brian Hayes. But that being said, I have toyed with the idea, like if I was going to do something else, like if I wanted to a different type of art form that I liked that I didn't necessarily want to have attached to something else, I get the idea of having that thing. It's clever, like being able to release something without the pressure of it being attached. The only problem is, like, if you're somebody who, like, the whole Garth Brooks thing, like, Garth Brooks was such a well-known person, and he had a specific brand that he's like, if you release music that's different to that, sometimes that can be commercially unsuccessful, and people will be like, oh, we want this. So it's neat to, like, kind of have that alter ego that you can release stuff with. I mean, and people like the Gorillaz do that.
Right.
The Gorillaz are completely fictional. The entire band is a facade used to, like, put out stuff that those guys want to do.
It's appealing too. I think people. It's funny. You can point to the musician who writes and records the music for Gorillaz, but like, there is something appealing about this storytelling in your head where you are playing with the idea that the cartoon drawings you're looking at of that band are the ones responsible for making the music you're listening to. It's really cool, actually. I agree. That's a cool example of a clever name meets a clever concept making good music.
To add to what you just said, the person on my shirt, Muddy Waters, wrote a song that ended up being the name of one of the most successful bands in the history of pop music.
The Rolling Stones.
Yes.
Yeah.
He had a song called Rolling Stone, and the Rolling Stones were a blues band back then, and a lot of the British invasion was just them selling us back our own music from artists that were, it's basically people of color, folk musicians, people who were not, let me rephrase that. People who were not allowed to necessarily be in the popular circulation because of, dumb stuff like Jim Crow and, stuff like that. And then, it's just funny, like the British invasion is always really funny when you think about it, because they're just selling us our own, stuff back. Which is great, because they became a haven for lots of artists like Muddy Waters and Chuck Berry and a lot of people who just went over there to, like, basically sell out and, like, earn the kind of money they deserved that they couldn't get over here anymore.
Brian, and it's cool. A lot of the names you just said, correct me if I'm not mistaken, really old names. Some of them were literally alive 100 years ago. Some of them, like born in the 20s or 30s, the teens of the 1900s. But, like, can you still listen to their music on Spotify today, for example? Like if you're a young person who wants to rediscover the classics, those great names.
Yeah.
You can still play them, right? And find their catalog of music?
Yeah, Spotify or iTunes, a lot of them, depending on who was the last person to own their catalog and stuff. A lot of times they're sold into like iTunes did that a couple of years ago. They made it every time there was like a new artist catalog they got access to, they made a big stink about it. Like when they got the Beatles music, when they got Frank Zappa, when they got Queen, like all these artists, when they're absorbed into Spotify or iTunes, there's normally
Yeah.
you can find it. Yeah, but and also a lot of them, whether or not you'll find their whole catalog, you can find so many of them. Directors like Martin Scorsese or of course I forgot his name as soon as I need it. Help me out here. Why? I don't know why I'm forgetting his name. He directed Pulp Fiction and
Tarantino.
Reservoir Dogs. Yeah, Tarantino. Excuse me. Quentin Tarantino. Certain directors, like two of them especially, they love to recycle music that was important to them. New director, quote unquote, that's doing
Sure.
that really well now is James Gunn. A perfect example is Guardians of the Galaxy. Both of those soundtracks, those movies, are songs people really loved, and they're just pop songs. That's one of the things that blew me away about that movie the most, because not only was it an excuse to use great songs, but it actually had a point thematically in that screenplay and that story of why he's using those songs that are from a specific time period on a planet he doesn't even inhabit. Why are those songs in the movie? And he just very easily wrote this very touching reason for it to be in there. And now because of that, we get to listen to Brandy by Looking Glass or
Nick and Nora's
or
Infinite
Jay,
Playlist, another movie that I assume is a galactic space adventure with a heartfelt use of playlisted music.
Say it again, which movie?
Oh, bad joke. I said Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist.
Right?
They went to so many planets on that movie.
I never saw it.
Me neither. Neither of us ever saw the movie.
Nothing to Michael Cera or Kat Dennings. They're both great. I just never saw it.
Yeah, was Michael Cera in that? Nick and
Yeah, wasn't
Nora's
he-
Infinite Playlist? Because I know
Nick
Michael Cera was in Juno, which was like
Nora?
another... What?
Was he Nick or Nora?
Yes.
Yeah.
Brian, I'm going to... Where can the people find your music if they wanted to check you out?
What an attractive question. They can iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, basically most places. I was about to say Google Play, but I think Google Play recently doesn't exist anymore. I believe they were recently absorbed into something else. But pretty much anywhere you stream music, you can find it. It's Brian Hayes that looks like this. And there's an album, This Is Me, and then there's two singles, Should Have Told You Then and Dorm Room Society. Plugs. Shameless plugs.
Well, thank you.
But yeah.
Thanks for
And
letting
then,
people
yeah,
know.
like
What's up?
No, I'm just gonna keep doing my shameless plug. You can feel free to find me like on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or YouTube, and it's any of those, like Facebook.com/Brian Hayes Live, YouTube.com/Brian Hayes Live. I'm also on Bandcamp, Spotify, The Matrix.
Yikes. Dude, get out of there.
Yeah.
They are a non-encrypted network. I don't know what else to say to you, man. You got a red flag alert.
The Matrix?
Did you say The Matrix?
Yeah.
Yeah, The Matrix. Brian, I'm going to spin the wheel again. And if it doesn't... Did
Did I answer the question? What was the question?
Vulnerable question. What's your biggest triumph?
Are you keeping me on a leash?
Yes, which is really
Oh,
weird.
yeah,
Are you inside my brain? I was just thinking of Triumph the Insult Comic Dog, that old Conan bit, and then you mentioned the thing about keeping you on a leash. So just, we're riding a
It's a good
wave
bit.
online. at
The
9:50.
guy who created Triumph is a genius writer, and oh my gosh, why can I never remember people's names? Why I need to know them. That same guy. Check out. There's a great documentary. Him and Dana Carvey made the Dana Carvey show. It's one of the best American sketch shows ever, and it got canceled after 6 episodes.
It was so good they had to cancel it. The competition was just at their door.
I think the documentary is called Too Funny to Fail or something like that. It's definitely
Wasn't
worth a
Stephen
watch.
Colbert involved with that?
Yeah, Stephen Colbert, Steve Carell, Louis C.K. was one of the main writers. Dino Stamatopoulos, who who created Moral Oral, and he created Frankenhole. It's another great Adult Swim show. But he's also known as Starburns on the show Community.
Mm-hmm.
He was an actor as Starburns, and he was one of the main writers on Community. A lot of these guys were like writers and young actors on it, and then went on to do other things. Both Stephen Colbert and Steve Carell were hired to be on The Daily Show because of a skit they did on The Dana Carvey Show. And It
Wow.
was from The Daily Show that they went on to have their careers.
They BOGO'd him. The Daily Show got Carell and Colbert on the same time because they came up on the Dana Carvey Show, and then they both became the two most popular Steves in, I don't know, America media.
Yeah. Take that, Hollywood Chris's. The New York Steves are coming. They're from New York. That's where they were doing their. So I'm pretty sure it's Steve Carell's probably Hollywood Steve now.
Oh, nice.
Steve,
The more you know.
we love you. We don't know what's going on.
Brian, I span the wheel. And I didn't like what came up, so I am going to turn off the wheel, bring you back because I just got rid of you. I'm getting sloppy.
Yeah.
All right, you're back.
Got rid of me?
Yeah, you.
Me?
You! Brian, someone at the top of the show typed the name Danny DeVito, and I think you should do a celebrity impression of that name because I think it would mean a lot to the audience. If
All
you can, if you're up
10
to
of
it.
them?
I mean, if you can't do it.
Danny DeVito? What era Danny DeVito?
Oh, God, I didn't ask. Okay, I'm giving you agency with that part. You get to choose which era Danny. Just call it out and then do the dang thing. We're excited.
I've never done this before.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna start. It's first time doing Danny DeVito. I'm gonna start with the one that most people probably know. I'm Always Sunny, Danny DeVito.
Right.
So, Charlie.
One word.
That was it.
That's all.
Charlie. Oh, sorry. Let me fix that. Hold on a second.
Oh,
Charlie.
okay. Oh.
He's much smaller than I am. That's the joke.
But
By the way, have
What's
you
up?
ever seen one? Everyone's gonna roll their eyes. Everyone's seen this, but I'm just asking you if you've ever seen One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
What's the name of what is it?
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
No, I still haven't seen that movie. Was that Kubrick? Stanley Kubrick?
Yeah. I don't know if that's no. Is it? I don't remember off the top of my head.
I can Google it.
For everybody
What about it?
at home who's definitely seen it, because who hasn't besides us? I always forget Danny DeVito's in that.
Really?
He's very young, and he plays one of the patients in the sanitarium, and he's absolutely adorable.
Adorable.
He's got to be probably in his maybe 20s. He is adorable in that movie. I just remember going, look how young he is. Oh, he's adorable.
Oh, that's sweet. I have to watch it now. Although I know it's a heavy
Very
film. Am I not
soft-spoken.
mistaken in saying that? It can be like a difficult film to watch.
Yeah, that I remember going into it hearing all like how crazy it was, and I don't know, like I wasn't as. It's a great movie. I didn't think it was bad at all. I thought it was a good movie, But I don't know why I expected it to be like a lot darker or something than it was. It's an interesting movie, definitely. It's really good. Jack Nicholson's great in it. There's an aspect, not that these movies are necessarily the same at all, but Jack Nicholson's character in that movie, if anyone's seen The Master with Joaquin Phoenix and Philip Seymour Hoffman, Joaquin Phoenix in that movie, he's just kind of an odd loner, just a bit of a weirdo. I would not be surprised if he was channeling some of Jack Nicholson from Cuckoo's Nest in that.
Sure.
There's a bit of I think Nicholson's character is a little more charming, but there's a little similarity there.
That's interesting.
Charlie!
Ah, you read my mind. I was about to say, one of the last things we need to do.
Bringing it back.
Oh my God. We'll do two more things. First of all, we'll save the really fun one for last. But first of all, again, plug your social media. Just the main couple of websites you want people to find you at and your handle. But do it as Danny DeVito.
Oh, God. Charlie! I'll do this without laughing. Charlie, you can find Brian's music at facebook.com/Brian Hayes Live. That doesn't even sound... Why? Why are you making me do this? I have 2 degrees. Why are you... Charlie! Yeah, facebook.com/Brian Hayes Live. This is what he sounds. youtube.com/Brian Hayes Live. You can go to www.brianhayeslive.com to find all of the information there.
I was doing the Space Odyssey light into the camera while you were plugging yourself.
I'm sorry, Dave. I can't.
Oh, no. Okay, now that one is Kubrick. I looked it up, and it wasn't Kubrick who did Cuckoo's Nest. Closure for the fans
Charlie.
with the sharpened pitchfork. Brian, the last thing we're going to do tonight before I play one more video, I'll let you go.
Hey, did you have a theme song for this week's episode?
Yeah, actually, let me see something. I was not diligent, Brian. Here, I can play it again, but you're gonna go off the screen for a second. I'll do it at.
It's worth it.
All right. Here, I'll play it again, everybody. Check it out. Oh, so I haven't been able to see the chat on the screen for a minute, Brian, during our interview, but I'm reading it now. Someone said Team Brian, heart eyes, so they love you. A little further down.
Who would dare to flatter me?
Hey, man, they just want you to know who they are. You're Brian Hayes. We gotta know. You've seen the Nardwuar interviews. We gotta know who you are. You're Brian Hayes.
Said their name. Oh, me? I thought you said who they are. Sorry.
No. It's okay. Nardwuar is not in the chat. That'd be pretty tight. But I'll play the song. You're not gonna hear it because of my B- streaming setup. But folks, encore presentation of Names by Brian Hayes.
Names are words and symbols used to describe things, and without them we'd be real confused.
Oh my goodness, what is that?
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
That over there.
Oh, that thing.
Yeah, what is that?
Well, I wouldn't be able to begin to describe it. Who knows?
Names.
You don't have it on, do you?
Right. Brian, the last thing, I keep saying this, I ran over time a lot, and that's okay. It's first episode. We're figuring it all out.
Where's he going to go?
Exactly.
You don't have a life.
No one's watching this. It's okay. No one's watching this. Please.
If they are, they don't have a life. Where are they going to go?
What are they going to do?
You have
Let me
this
know,
whole
chat.
internet, and you're looking at us. You got nowhere to go.
They're
Pop a
tubing
slut.
out.
Have a listen.
watching us, watching these eggheads. Exactly. You, Brian, I'm holding the camera for dramatic effect. You you are the host for the next 60 seconds. You get to ask me questions. You get to tell me what to do with the camera. You get to ask the chat a question. Just be the host. Sell it. Go.
All right.
Oh, gosh.
Now, Jackson, what was your opinion of how the exit from Afghanistan was handled? Do you think you could have done any better?
Brian, I think the connection is connection is crackling up. I think you said something really
I'd also
important.
like to ask you why I remember hearing you screaming, I can do better than him. It's just Afghanistan. And I remember going, Jackson, that's not fair. There's a lot of stuff going on. You don't know what's happening. And as the host of the show, I demand that you stand by what you said. Why do you think you could have done a better job?
Well, part of me wants to say because we're all .com doomed, but that kind of goes against the ethos of the show, and it would kind of ruin your joke, which I'm already doing. But I commend you for being the host that asked the hard questions.
Follow-up question. It's my show. Follow-up question. Why do you want to fan the flames of the war on Christmas?
Because there's something about those Christmas flames. They have a certain, whatchamacallit.
That's fantastic. Next question. What is it about the statue of Michelangelo's David do you want to censor, and why do you feel it's inappropriate for people to see it?
Okay. Can I answer that one? Or are you going to cut me off?
I'm not here to cut anybody off.
I think that...
And why is it that you are...
Brian, you're an amazing host.
Have I ruined my chances of ever coming back on here ever again?
We'll let the chat decide that one. I'll probably post a question in the chat. Has Brian ruined his chances of ever coming back on the show again? Yes or no, or maybe so. This was fun.
I wanted to hit those topics, those trending topics.
Exactly. Brian.
Well.
Yeah.
Is there an album or a song or anything with a specific name that you found engaging or humorous in any way?
What was the adjective? The name of an album or song that sounds what?
I will not repeat myself on my show, sir. No, was there any song or album or anything, the same question that you gave to me before, that you found engaging or memorable or humorous or sad or hungry?
Yeah. Well, the easy answer is always Pet Sounds. I just always think that's the coolest name of any album. It's great. It's simple. I don't know how they came up with that. Like I do. I think I've read stories about how the Beach Boys named an album Pet Sounds. And then, there's only one sound of an animal on the whole album. But,
Well, you know why they named it that, right?
Give it to me in 30 seconds. Why?
It tested much better than Pet Smells.
Oh.
Stupid.
Oh, my God.
Stupid.
In Japan, they called it Pac-Man because people would... I forget that.
Don't say that on here.
I'm not. I only started it. You started it.
Wait, you're talking about actual Pac-Man, right? Not they didn't call Pet Sounds Pac-Man.
No. I was just lollygagging on the Scott Pilgrim. The second time tonight I've evoked Scott Pilgrim versus the World. So, and a great.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, for sure. Brian, I love you. You're an incredible musician. I'm glad you were my first guest. I'm sorry about the technical difficulties. You're an even better brother. I appreciate you spending your Tuesday night with us here on .com Doom. I wish you all the best, and I hope people check out
your... off the streets.
What? Somebody what?
No, it's after school programs like this, doing .com Doom, that keep me off the streets and away from drugs and alcohol. So thank you for having me.
You heard it here first, folks. The nonprofit known as .com Doom, saving one lost soul at a time.
Saving one at-risk 30-year-old at a time.
Yes, exactly. Brian, one more gargoyle wave for the exit.
You gotta do the Queen's wave.
Princess, yeah, that's good.
King's speech.
Oh, Brian Hayes, everybody.
I hope that auto-tune is actually
He's
working.
He's talking, but you can't hear him because I'm auto-tune.
Hey, bye, Brian.
Names are words and
there's the song
symbols
again.
used to.
I'm back on the chat, y'all. Let's see what we got. Hey, you calling me no one? Mark, Marcaroni, I'm so sorry. Mrack, as you're known. I did call you a no one, and I do want to take it back because I am probably going to see you soon, and you are a good friend. So, here, I knight you somebody. Here, it's official. I got the sharp sword. It says right there, this is a sharp sword, sharp. I knight thee somebody. POV, you're getting knighted by a Sharpie. Oh my freaking god. Doot 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 doot. Nardwar, we really channeled him tonight. One of these days I'll get the Nardwar hat and I'll just dial up the antics that was tonight in my sweaty bad jokes and I'll just turn it to 22 and it'll be even more redonkulous. I have one more video for you all, and it might go to heck in a handbasket because earlier, if you were watching, you'll know that me trying to play videos on this show just tanked it. Wasn't meant to be. I love you, Mark. So we watched 2 or 3 of the videos, but the stream connection was $$, keeping it PG-13, abiding my own rules. I can't cuss. So I'm going to try and play one last video that my other friend Mark, not this Mark, but the other Mark, a lot to keep track of, I know. It's okay. It's going to be okay. Made for you all. So check it out. But after that, I'm probably going to roll the credits. Y'all have been an amazing audience. Please blow up the chat. Oh, my God. If you do anything tonight, Mark, I kid you not, this is really weird, and it's probably going to go nowhere, Mark, but I will email Nardwar. That is my promise to you. He's probably super preoccupied, and I don't have an audience or a following or a body of work for him to, like, give a hoot about, but I'm going to email Nardwar. It's the least I can do. And if I get an email back that says, go stuff yourself, we don't know who you are, I'm going to cry a happy tear, and I will retire, and I will share it on next week. Oh, now we're getting mean with the markiness. Mark, now you made your mark on the chat with those mean comments. D- jokes. So I'm going to play other Mark's video. Thank you, Connor. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I needed that positive affirmation. All the Marks are good. That's all right. My new political position. I'm going to run for, I don't know, school board. And my only platform will be that all the Marks, they're all right. All the Marks. Vote for me. Yeah. There is something that I want to say, and then I'm going to play the video and get out of your hair. How about that? We're in the home stretch. We've been doing this for 2 hours. Through grueling laptop technical difficulty after another, we made it, and the finish line is in sight. It only took 1 episode for the chat to start talking about Marxism, so go chat, go. That was so fast. That's the internet we live in, folks. That's the internet we live in. Friends, I said friends. THR3NDZ. Thrend. That's what you are. You're a Thrends. I appreciate you all so much. But until next time, stay tuned to the doom. We're 7 days away from another doomsday. I love y'all. Bye. Here's a little video. Oh, I'm shy now, and I'm going to take too long to play it, so you're just going to get to look at me. So I'm going to...
I don't try my best because that's what I do when I get shy.
Hi, my name is...
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing another famous food review. It's going to be Whole Foods this excited. I know you guys are. Before we start, I just want to address some of the things that have been going on in the comment section. I've been getting a lot of hate. People have been accusing me of faking my videos, saying that I'm eating stuff that I'm not eating, and I just want to get that out of the way. I just want to say this is... it's embarrassing that people, they do stuff like that. I don't know why you're not using your time to make your community better or anything like that, but just had to get that off my chest. All right, okay. So first off, we have Whole Foods famous Wagyu steak. Oh man, I've been waiting for this. This is one I've been looking forward to for a while. So without further ado, all right. Oh man. Presentation, it's a little worse than I thought. I don't know. It might be one of those things where, you see it online and it's photoshopped, and I don't know. It's okay. It's fine. But, Wagyu steak, you kind of have to, the allure is there. But I don't know. I mean, look at this. It's okay. It's all right. It's well done. But all any of us care about is the taste. So here we go. All right. Yeah, okay. All right. Who needs presentation, right? 10 out of 10. That's amazing. Wow. Okay, next up, we got a Whole Foods famous Kombucha. This is the cranberry flavor, and people have been begging me to try this one, so yeah, here we go. Oh yeah, no, yeah, you can taste the cranberry. It's super thick, very viscous. But that's part of the allure, I guess. That's the whole food allure. That's why it costs so much. But you know me, I think it's worth it. I definitely think the Wagyu was worth it for sure. But that's the thing, money it's not an object, or it is an object, but it's not an important object. So that's why I spend a lot of money to try to make this YouTube channel great, and also just to, I don't know, enjoy life. That's all that this is about, So, yeah, I'd say an 8 out of 10 for this. All right, and finally we got we have Whole Foods' famous pomegranate. They're organic pomegranate. This one no one's really talked about that much. I think it's kind of slept on. So I haven't had it in a while, so we'll try it here. All right. Forgot about how hard it is to open up a pomegranate. We'll get there though. Oh, there we go. All right, cool. Go. Yeah. If you guys are enjoying this video, remember to like and subscribe. It's the only way I can really keep this series going. It's expensive. It really is, especially for videos like this where we're eating Wagyu and pomegranates and cranberry kombucha and whatnot. So let's just go for it, right? We gotta go for it. So here we go. Okay. There's a worm in here or something. It's not, okay. It's a piece of paper. Pomegranate, by the way. This is unlike anything I've had. This does not taste like any other fruit I've ever had in my entire life, and that's a compliment. Very different. Probably 7 out of 10. Let's see what this says. You are a fraud. I don't like that. That's scary. I mean, I'm not, right? But it's still weird. How does it know that? Okay. I'm a little unsettled. I'm gonna end this video, but please remember, like and subscribe, and pray for me. I'm very scared. I don't know what that meant, but it hit close to home for some reason. Stay safe out there. All right. Until next week.
Very cool. International business. Okay. So I'm truly winging this, making up questions off the top of my head. But I attended the event. It was a great success. Take it. You sure? Okay. Very cool. International business. Okay. So I'm truly winging this, making up questions off the top of my head. But I attended the event. It was a great success. Take it. You sure? Okay.
Test.
Oh yeah. Here we go. It's a freestyle. Thank you. I'm gonna say thank you to all my friends, all the family too. And I'm pulling this right out of my number 2. Thank you, Mia, Torrance, Ellie, Brian, Mom and Dad, and Kevin too, and Diana. Everyone else who said a thing or two that was nice, you are great. Oh my God, I'm gonna do this again next week, and I hope it's a good time. Haha, don't even gotta rhyme. Oh snap, you just got served.